Welcome back, guys. This is Building a Million, one day at a time. So I talked about previously in a couple other videos that I had a big project going down and I wanted to share it with you, but I just hadn't been able to make time to get the video done. And so I finally have a few minutes to where I can record this and get it done. We were able to purchase a property here in Cedar City, and I really wanted to buy a house in Hawaii. And I ran the numbers, and $1 million house in Hawaii is only running for like $2,500 a month. And the numbers just don't make sense. And so we ended up looking here in Cedar. An opportunity came up for $1.2 million, and it's actually an old retirement home. And the house has 22 bedrooms between the two homes. And we crunched the numbers on that, and for $1.1 million purchase, we were able to rent the rooms out for between $600 and $650 a room, which makes the property, each room, worth about $50,000. So we're making a little over 1% a month, which is where you want to be. This is the property here. This is the front building. The front building has its own garage and a nice little entrance. This first building's about 3,700 square feet and has that first 11 bedrooms. And then the back house, we'll walk through there as well, has another 11 bedrooms. The tough thing is because it was an old folks home, it was difficult because it only had one master bedroom and then one shower for the other 10 rooms. So we had to install another shower, which let's walk through it real quick and we can see what the property looks like. So walking in, you got an office right here, a large living room, which is nice. And then we have a nice large kitchen here, which has been remodeled. And then you have a hallway here and a hallway on this other side over here that goes down, and all the bedrooms. So kind of a nice layout, not great, but works for what we're doing. We decided to set up as student housing. I was gonna go in that room, but it's locked. Anyway, so kind of a nice little setup. The hardest thing about it is just the situation of renting every room. And in the past, we've tried to eliminate that by getting small units, 2 bedrooms, 2 bath, and trying to minimize having to rent per room. The hard thing about that is you just get large families, which doesn't make a lot of sense when you talk about wear and tear and damage. And so the bigger the home, the harder it is to keep it nice over time. I actually had a student that's looking at buying a home recently, and he wanted to buy a 4-bedroom. And I explained to him why buying the 3-bedroom with the 2.5 bath was more, I guess, it was a smarter decision instead of buying a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath. And I think the difference was only like 30 grand. But the difference is it's gonna be easier to rent. You're gonna find more people that can afford a little less and have less people than it is to find bigger families that wanna spend $1,800, $1,900 a month. And I don't know if that made sense to him when I was telling him, but that's what I've noticed over time, especially here locally, is it's easier to find somebody that wants a 2-bed, 2-bath, a young couple that's gonna do very little wear and tear versus a big family that's gonna end up doing a lot of wear and tear, especially if they have, toddlers to 10-year-olds. You get just damage here and there that's consistent with that size of family, but it's things that you can avoid with a smaller property. So here's the back unit. The back unit's 4,000 square feet, which is a little bit bigger, has a little office right here, which I will from now on hopefully be recording my videos in. And then we get a nice little park right here, which is part of the property here. So it's kind of a nice little setup. I'd like to go over a few numbers with you so you can kind of understand why I decided to purchase this, but I'm gonna go into my office for that. Okay, so some of the things that I'd like to talk about with buying a rental is a lot of people ask me, well, how do you understand the numbers to know if it's a good deal? So in the past, what I've always done is if my purchase price, let me rephrase that. If I can get rent monthly at 1% of my purchase price, meaning if I pay $100,000 for an investment and my monthly return on that is $1,000, then that's a pretty good investment, okay? Since the housing market's gone up drastically, here you're looking at the same house I could buy for $150,000 2-3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, is now costing me $325,000. But the rent has only gone up by $300 to $500. So you're now looking at a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath for $300,000 to $320,000, and only being able to rent it for $1,600 a month. So the investment opportunity there has gone down drastically, okay? So you wanna have an ROI, or return on your investment, at about 1% monthly of your investment. So that's a 12% annual return, okay? So on this place, when we looked at and crunched the numbers at the 1.2, it would have been a decent ROI still, but we made an offer at 1.1. They accepted it. Now this was the, I guess, most confusing purchase I've ever had. I bought real estate, all types of real estate, and I've never had a hiccup like this. We purchased this to set up a student housing. So we've got the 2 buildings, 1 male, 1 female. We're gonna have 11 tenants in each unit. And it came up that there was, the seller kind of jerked us around a little bit, and there was $13 million worth of liens on the property that he said he didn't know about, okay? Which is kind of insane, but I guess if you're, have a lot of different properties, you might have not remembered or known that they were all in this. I think you still should have, but so halfway through the purchase process, when they pulled the title to make sure everything was clean, it came back, hit that they had 4 different liens on the property, which were rent liens, meaning that they were only going after income because they were making income on the property. However, they wouldn't remove those liens until he rectified that, moved them onto different properties or whatever. And so I didn't feel comfortable signing contracts with students until those liens were off, that we knew we'd actually be able to purchase the property, because we weren't gonna purchase the property with $13 million worth of liens on it. And so we dealt with it, came back and forth. This was in June. July went through, end of August, and the liens hadn't gone off. We were supposed to close on August 26th with a 4-day closing period. August 30th came, it was a Monday, and he barely gets the liens off on that date, which put us out because the university here started on the 8th, but by the time I was able to contact everybody back saying, hey, you've been approved, we are able to sign contracts now, most of them have found other places to live. And so we had to kind of struggle and get people in here. At this point, we're still not at full capacity, but we're making enough to be able to pay the bills and cover everything. But again, we kind of missed the boat on that. So hopefully we can get it full over the next year. Next year we'll be fine with being able to put out marketing and get a contract signed well before school starts. So there's no problem there. But at renting at $650 a bedroom, we're looking at making well over that 1% monthly. Whereas I stated, when I was out front, that each unit at the 1.1 basically values at about $50,000 per bedroom. So at that point, if we're making $650, we're making well over that 1%, and it justified us purchasing right now in this climate in Cedar City. However, I've looked at other properties and nothing else has even come close, just because of the extreme price of real estate right now. So that's kind of what you're looking for with an investment property is your return going to be what it should? And are you going to be able to make that return if you purchase it at that certain price? Okay, so that's what you're going to kind of try to look for. If it's a little below or a little above, that's great, but you're trying to hit that target of 1%. So next video, I'll talk a little bit about the benefits of a rental and why people do that, why the rich buy rentals and purchase those assets, and kind of walk you through maybe 4 basic steps of why that's important and why they do that. So if you like this video, make sure you subscribe down below, click the like button. I'll try to post more now that I have some free time and get these up sooner than later, hopefully every Friday. This is Building a Million One Day at a Time. We'll catch you next time.